Hello Infernoble friends. So in this video we are gonna learn a high skill match, and this is the first high skill match that we are doing in this ban list. So I think this is gonna be really good to learn like the new concept of the new deck. So I think I'm gonna upload two type of matches, one with the Kalijuga lock and one with the Doppel Warrior side lock. This one is the Doppel Warrior side lock, so I hope you enjoy it. I hope you learn a lot from this deck, and we're gonna try a new concept. I'm gonna try to put you in my shoes as much as possible, so we are not gonna have hand knowledge of the opponent unless we resolve Dolphin, so that way you can understand better every decision. Okay, so let's go. We go first against Rafa Santos, and yeah, we open really nice if we were going second, because we have two going second cards. Of course, we don't know if they are impactful against the opponent, but still nice nonetheless. The sad part is that we could lose to 100 on this or in connector, because we should search connector. Now in this build, we don't have to play Arborea. I mean, we could just cut this, because when we wanna summon Arborea, that means we are only gonna do side lock and nothing else. We are not gonna doppel loop. So in those cases, it's also doable if we just mill Durandal, summon Renot, search Durandal, or if we mill 4 equips and summon Oliver. But right now, I mean, I don't like the concept of milling Durandal, summon Renot, because we could use any of those effects before and then we don't have access to any tuner. So that's a risk that it may be worth taking. So again, when you are trying this build, you should test both with or without Arborea. I think I'm gonna cut it to have a better deck, because this could very easily be a third fleet or a third red layer in my build. So yeah, let's see, what should we do here? I think we don't have much to think about. We just try to get Isolde. The bad part is, yeah, we got Veiler. And now we don't have a combo, we just have Droplet pass. Droplet try to survive, not even gear fit because this is turned off. So yeah, maybe if this was Sublimation, a Squeak Knight, it would have been better. But you know what? It is what it is. So I think we can still have a good play. So let's see. Yeah, they are on Dragon Link, which means they can push through a lot, so maybe this is not enough. We have to be really smart about when to use it. And right now I'm thinking, trying to save it for access code. Maybe they go Unicorn, spin the wrong one, and then access code. We use this and we don't die. But is it doable to hold it? Because they already got double search. They are gonna use one. Revive. Or not. Maybe not revive. Yeah. What if we negated this? Was it correct? Okay, maybe now we should see the opponent's hand, just so you know what would happen. Yeah, it was correct, because they had 3 non-engine and the dead boot. So if we negate this, they would have skipped a turn, pretty much. And we should cost connector, because we are going to lose it in battle phase. So yeah, that was the right play. I think I was afraid of, they having more extender. But there is also an argument to use it here. I mean, on summon, before they could use the safer effect. Because right now they are going to trade this for the baby dragons, which are, 1 dragon into 2. And if we stop that, they only have like Romulus search. And that will search Tracer, and Tracer boot, get them Chaos Ruler and keep going. So let's see what's gonna happen. Okay, now they are gonna use Romulus and White. And maybe, our choke point, it was to negate Romulus right now. At that point, they could have the baby dragon, but would not help too much. My theory was that there is no way that they have 3 non-engine like they do, I was pretty sure they had like a quick launch or already a tracing hand, so I was like, if I negate this, it's useless because they're gonna keep extending. But you know what? I think when we have one interruption, we have to hope to stop them early, because later it's gonna be too late. Like no matter where you use it, they already get advantage. And I think this lesson is gonna help us a lot later on. Anyway, at this point, they already have tracer access. But they didn't use it to get tracer, they used it to get Legionnaire, because they want to get rid of the back row before going off. And at this point, I mean, they only have one more extender. I don't think with 4 monsters they had like OTK. So yeah, maybe we should not have scooped, but we did. Because I didn't want to reveal that we are on board breaking cards like this. Which is fair. But I mean, we also were at this disadvantage, even if we didn't win. Like they had Ash, called by at the very least 1 seal. So yeah. I think it didn't matter. But for the next time, we should negate this and try to stop them right there. Okay, now game 2, we go first. What do you see in this hand? Okay, we see 3 warriors and 2 non-engine. Called by is nice. Blade usually is not nice. Right now is nice because this card fodder for Dolphin effect. And what do they have? Unknown. Sorry, I show you the Ash. Unknown. But I mean, we were expecting hand drops. So what I like about this kind of hand is that the play is linear, is pretty streamlined. Of course, we gotta summon Dolphin, Flint, and Dolphin effect, get rid of this. Now, here we simply use Dolphin effect. And let me tell you something. Usually that's a misplay, because if we wanna play around Ogre, we need to have 2 bodies. So they Ogre on Dolphin, and then we also have this to get rid of an Ash or the Crow. Because we had Coldway, I think we can get away with not doing that. But the optimal is to have two warriors. Now, should we use Coldway and Ash or not? So, it depends. Like, usually you want to do it so you still have hand knowledge. Because if you save it for another hand trap, that hand trap could be an Ash, a second Veiler. So most likely, if you use it this now, Dolphin is gonna rip the second hand drop, so it's fine. Now, and you get hand knowledge, so it's worth to use Coldway. Now, what if they only had Veiler as the only hand drop? Then it was better to keep this. I mean, we are trading an interruption for hand knowledge. Sorry. I mean, I hate the fact that I do this and you see the opponent's hand. Anyway. So, right now I decided to use it because I was expecting my opponent to have a lot of hand traps. Usually I value hand knowledge a lot. But in this case, the optimal was to not use Coldway. Why? Because if they have a hand trap that this cannot affect, like Imperm, Gamma, Nip, then this is nice as an interruption. But also because with this hand, we are playing around Nibiru, which is like the most scary second hand trap. So, how? Well, it's simple. Gearfried. If you want to know how, like, let's take a moment to think. How does this hand beat Nibiru? What do we need to do? We need to put Gearfried before 5th summon, or it has to be the 5th summon, but we already have to have an equip on field and never stop having an equip. Okay? So in this case, I decided to use Coldway, so we get hand knowledge. Okay, now you can see. Man, they open crazy, like 2 hand traps that pair well each other, and then the 2 best starters. Like, yeah, they could not ask for more. And even if they didn't stop us with that, I mean, if they only stop it with one hand trap, they could chaos space cause the other hand trap. So yeah, they were in a pretty good position no matter what. But like I told you, we have Gear Fit, which means bye bye Nibiru. And yeah, Callback was a misplay because of the fact that we could play through Nibiru or a low impact hand trap with the Callback later on. Also, sometimes the opponents have like Lancia and one hand trap, and then Lancia counters Callback, so maybe we should want to Callback the Lancia. And this deck plays Lancia. I mean, they could, because it's allied for this. So let's see. Minor misplay. That didn't matter at the end. So how are we beating Nibiru? We need to add a discard fodder. And then we need to mill Durandal, summon Renat. This is the play. This is how we beat Nibiru. Of course, this only works because we already had access to Blade. So yeah. Or to an equip in general. If that Blade was Oliver Ogier, if it was Ogier, we were achieving the same. So now we get a tuner extender. And what I like about this line of play is that we utilize everything. I mean, we utilize the Isolde ad, we utilize the Phoenix Blade that we hard drew, we utilize the best engine, the best part of our engine, Durandal Renat. We utilize Oliver effect to summon and effect to equip, like everything. So what should we do? We need to equip this on Isolde. And why Isolde and not Renat? It didn't matter at the end. But maybe, I was thinking that maybe there was a way to keep this and Sidelock. And because between these two, we rather have Isolde on board for the next turn. It didn't matter. So now we summon this as the 5th summon. And we have the protection. We get rid of the fodder to summon Oliver. Now the thing here is that we have to get rid of Oliver and the monster that does not have Blade to make Hulky. Because now we can use Oliver to put on Gear Fit and we play around Nibiru the entire turn. Yep, as you can see. Now we just make Dagda, which is why it didn't matter that it was Isolde. And now we could revive Yet and make Fleur or Link Revo. And the answer is that maybe we don't do any of those. I mean, that's the correct answer. What did we do at the end? We decided to overextend and make Link Revo. It was pointless, mainly because we don't have a Herald to protect or anything. I mean, this is gonna be a site and then a Fleur. And then if they destroy this revives site. So yeah, it was pointless. And this is big. So yeah, we just give it negate now. Maybe this was a misplay because they would want to have a search. But under Sidelock, doesn't matter. And now, yeah, we just give them a negate. We could have made Flurek here, but this makes Fleur by itself, so we'd rather save Fleur for the Sidelock. So now it happens like the obvious thing. We Sidelock as early as possible, as early as we can. They get the search, we get the Sidelock. They get double search, sorry, yeah. And then after the Sidelock, we make Fleur. So at this point, we are winning because we have full knowledge of the hand because they top deck apps and they use it. So we know we are winning no matter what. And this was pointless. I think I realized it eventually. Yeah, they beat, doesn't matter. Now, this is like the 4th name. And I was testing this for a while. Right now, I don't think this is worth playing. Because, milling 4 to summon something almost never comes up. And sometimes when it comes up, we don't have 4 names in deck. Even though we are playing 4 names, like we could open any of the 3 that are not Durandal and it doesn't matter. What else? So yeah, we pop the quick launch, we negate it. It's funny how we sacrifice the two best warriors we can have to make it salt. But because we know the hand, we know we have OTK. Yeah. So we just get Renat to search 3K beta, make access code, pop. Doesn't matter that he searched because we just summon and attack for game. Okay, so game 3. So now we go second and we only open Ash. Man, one low impact hand trap against Dragon Link. Where should we use Ash? The answer is as fast as possible on the impactful cards. Okay, so when I say as fast as possible, I'm not saying if they use Upstart Ash, no. But if they use like a Chaos Space, you may wanna use it, especially because we didn't see Gamma in the entire match, so maybe they are not into Gamma. And even if they are, I think when Ash is the only hand trap, you gotta take the risk. Because maybe if you don't use it on Chaos Space and use it on the Baby Search, it's too late already. Or maybe use it Ash on the... What else is impactful? Let me think. Safeart. Or... Yeah. If you want to save it into Chaos Ruler, it's too late already. Because it's the only hand drop. So they start with Safeart. Cost itself. Yeah, we gotta use it. Now we can get punished by Gamma, called by Baby Dragons, or Chaos Space. Or, having like 4 good extender cards. What happened? Okay, they had the baby dragons. That's fair. So, what were they searching with this? Probably Tracer? I don't know. So, right now, we are thinking that we are gonna lose. Because this engine hand is powerful. But, this can trade with seals. But then... Yeah, if they have like a lot of negations, we are losing. Of course, the top deck could change everything. So they keep going. When we don't know the hand like right now, we need to keep track of every card they add. That's the best way to guess the opponent's hand. So right now, what do we know? White boot. Okay, keep going. We know boot. Okay, now we know nothing. Now we know something. They only summon Tracer, which means these 2 cards are not Rocket. And when he keeps comboing off and they don't use the last card that they used, if they don't use it, maybe they are not extenders, maybe they are hand drops. That's also like a hint. So now... And also, they don't have anything they could Tracer cost. Like a quick launch or an Italy, I don't know. Because, they had to get rid of boot. So they use Pepega. Also, Pepega mills and add gives you knowledge, Okay, so they mill 5 cards they could search back. So, they have a lot to decide. Let me summary this for you. If I am Rafa Santos, I'm not searching Tracer because I already normal summon and I already use boot effect, so there's no point. I'm not gonna recover black because I already normal summon, so I'm gonna grab any of these 3. Of course, if I add Nib, it's because I don't have it. If I add Veiler, it's because I don't have it. And also, if they add Veiler, they may already have Nib, Because of course, against our deck, this is more impactful, and they should know it. So if they have like a hand trap, maybe they add this because this is gonna let them push more, like extending the board. Yeah, I think that's the reasoning. Now we just wait. They add Levianir. For sure, they have at least 1 hand trap. There's no way they let this go if they don't have hand traps. So we're expecting 1 or maybe even 2. Like 2 hand traps and Levianir. Now, what should they hit? We wish that they hit Durandal. Because I mean, it's pretty much the same as red layer, but if they use seals on the Rendell, we just lose the body. If they use seals on red layer, we keep the body. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Or maybe they could get rid of connector, because then this is Ogier and we get the plus of Renault. Let's see. Yeah, they chose Rendell. Of course, it's random. Doesn't matter. Oh, interesting. They didn't FTK. They went to IP seals pass. Why are they doing this? For sure they have hand drops. For sure. Now, what are we doing against this board? I mean, we top tank Nibiru, that's so bad. But what are we doing against this board? Okay, let me tell you. We are gonna... I mean, if we use the plan A, which is the red layer trade with this in battle phase, main phase 2, we summon this again. We summon, let's say, Renault, make this salt, get Unicorn Spinny Salt, summon Connector, make the second salt, and lose to any hand drop. So this is not doable. 1 for 1, no. We need to do 2 for 2. And how? Red layer connector? No. It has to be red layer Renault. Because the second that they get rid of red layer, this is dead. And we need to have this live, So, yeah, this is the game plan. In the battle phase, because these summons are monster with 0 attack and defense, Renault can kill this. So Renault is gonna bait IP being an interruption and a unicorn. So yeah, that's the reason. So now they let this go. Of course, they also have to bounce and then unicorn, because this is gonna get them the body. And if they bounce this, we just summon it again. At this point, they could let us use battle phase and get rid of the 2 interruptions. But if they do that, we are gonna keep 1 body. Instead, if they make bounce once and unicorn spin the other, then they are getting rid of 2 bodies. So what do they decide? They decide to bounce this. And now, let's see. Do they want to use unicorn or they want to use battle phase? Because, it's fair. If they use battle phase, they are surviving a turn, which is also what they want. And also, if they unicorn spin this, red layer is live again. So I think it makes sense to just not use IP and use the battle phase to survive. And also get a follow-up. Now, this follow-up is nice for us because that means we want to use Dolphin effect, because we are getting rid of the follow-up, if not a hand drop. And we already have a free cost with red layer being dead. So we use it, we dash. Okay, that's fair. That means that they have rocket synchron and maybe another hand drop. At this point, we don't have gas. So if they have another hand drop, we get stopped. So this add is really important, because that means on the next turn we will have this plus an add. Now we could search for Renault, because then red layer Renault grabs something, or red layer connector. But the thing is, in a simplified game state, what's the best target. It has to be Gearfried, especially because we are getting the second effect, so we are getting equips in graveyard. So there is no way that we don't use this. If we don't have this, maybe the best search is red layer, because if they don't kill us, they for sure are gonna end on a seal, and this trades better into seal. But because we have Nibiru, there is an argument to use Nibiru and end with a token. So maybe this is dead next turn. Maybe we should go token Gearfried control. So we mill 3, they let it go. We summon Arborea. In this case is where maybe summoning Renault would not help. I mean, it would, because we just mill Durandal, summon Renault, use the effect because we didn't use this before. Get Durandal, But the thing is, then Gearfried won't have a Phoenix Blade next turn. In this case, we have Blade for Gearfried. So yeah, just I'm gonna keep the debate alive between playing or not playing Arborea or TG Striker. Yeah, let's see what else. Also, why didn't we summon Oliver if he's gonna be an equipping graveyard? Because going second, when we were playing Fleuret, we side out Fleuret going second for more space. And I think that's correct. So right now, I think like, okay, the opponent doesn't have any hand trap, or they have Nibiru. But I'm like, you know what? Let's just commit until the end. And pass. So yeah, they don't have a hand drop. Okay, that's cool. That means we could side lock. They summon, get effect. We also summon Dagda, they get ups. We use this to trigger this. And then Dagda this into Fleur. Okay. So right now we are in the commanding position. So we have Fleur, Nip, and follow-up. And sidelock. So what can they do under this? I mean, the game plan should be to resolve Nibiru. Or to keep this negate live. But they have this to trade with the negate. Because if we don't negate, they battle phase clear this. So the main goal should be try to use Nibiru. Because then we get rid of the IP interruption. Anyway, let's see. They summon this. They try to summon Chaos Ruler. At this point, they are on 1, 2, 3. You know, before this, like 1, 2, 3. And they want to summon Chaos Ruler as 4th. And maybe they use this to summon Tracer as a wall, as the 5th summon. So there is an argument to just let them resolve, and the best play indeed was to let them summon Chaos Ruler. Here we misplay and we flew negate because we were thinking, okay, now they have to commit Darkness Metal effect to revive Chaos Ruler, so they cannot use this effect for anything else. But if we check at the graveyard, yeah, they don't have anything else that is gonna change things, so we should have let them summon Chaos Ruler. Here we negate, and that's a misplay. Yeah, they do the same. Now they clear this, and we dag the summon side. And here, is this useful? Maybe not, because this is the same as red layer. Like if this is here, red layer cannot be summoned. But I was like, okay, maybe the unicorn spin this in battle phase, so why not summon it? Now they get Tracer. So we know Tracer and an unknown. Yeah. And remember when they had this and an unknown? Well, I'm like, this could have been the draw of last turn, or this could have been the one card that we never knew. Yeah, I'm thinking this was what we didn't know, because it was not a hand drop. Like when we full side lock, when we full Hulky combo, maybe this was the card in hand. So right now they have Tracer and unknown draw. That again could be a hand trap. So what should we do? Try to bait the unicorn. Nice, they didn't make unicorn, they make follow-up. And yeah, they could search, revive something or search something useful. So we just tribute summon red layer and then summon Gearfried. So we have two options. Gearfried control equipping this with nip in hand, but if they bait this and we have to nip, we don't have follow-up. We decided to go a little bit more risky. So we know one is Tracer, so like we are only playing around one, maybe hand trap. And yeah, because we are going second, we are expecting less hand drop, so we are guessing that's not a hand drop. Or if it is, maybe it's an Nibiru, because we are on the third summon, and we search Gearfried. Why? Because we have access to DDR to Fleur. Yeah, that's why. So we make 4th summon, and now we are gonna make the 5th summon playing around Nib. Yeah. And why Fleur? I mean, we are not gonna hit OTK here because we need like one more body. But what we can do is next turn sidelock again. Yeah, it's fair. This is one of the reasons that Infernoble Doppel side is not a worse version of Punk or Adventure Synchro. Because we have hand knowledge on Dolphin, we have Gearfried as a main deck boss monster. And yeah, we have easy access to Fleur to, loop side multiple turns. Anyway, so should we pop this killing in battle? No, we don't want to use Fleur negate on this, so we might as well spin it back. Now Fleur negates life for a hand trap or something to stop him from side locking. So again, we know Tracer and 2 unknowns. At this point, again, we are really confident. Even though, okay, so because of the misplay, they can't revive this again. If we let this revive by its own effect, right now we were like, we will not have to deal with this. So they're gonna have to kill Unicorn, because they don't want us to summon access code next turn. Why are they killing this? It was weird to me because I had no clue that they were on Pro Tour. Like, nobody plays this after Epic got banned. But hey, good for them. They resolved it. And now this is huge for us, because we were from having 2 unknowns in hand to having full knowledge. Because yeah, they summon this, get rid of this, get an illegal search. Wait, what? Yeah, Mendic Crow. So here this is a comment that I wanna tell you. Like, sometimes in DB, when you discuss with your opponent, maybe you go like, hey, you are wrong, or that's illegal, or go back, or just call a judge, and then the opponent gets rude, and it's like, no, what are you talking about? No, this is correct, or why are you calling a judge? So my advice is be clear and direct as much as possible. So instead of telling, hey, Rafa, you are wrong, or hey, that's illegal, I go immediately and tell him why that's wrong. So if he has a brain, he's gonna realize with the same type and attribute as that target. He's gonna be like, oh yeah, type and attribute. This only shares attribute. So yeah, he realizes it. Easy. We don't have to waste time. And then get a chaos space draw. And they don't have anything else. At this point, we are winning. No matter what they top deck. No matter what they chaos space draw. Why? Because Gearfried is a negate. Yeah, it was the crown. So, never mind. We just trade this with a hand trap like we wanted to. Now, do we have game? Of course, because this goes into this goes into this, and this directly. But if we do that, they could trigger Brotor, I think. Or no, because it gets vanished. Oh yeah, it gets vanished. No, it didn't matter. But anyway, we wanna win with style, so why not? Now we equip Brotor and win with the big rock. And that's it. Yeah, hope you learned something about this match. Something about how this double side deck works. Even though we never actually use Doppel in this match, but you know what? That happens. We don't always have access to Doppel, and that's fair. But he's in the deck. so we can use it if we go first and have extenders. And yeah, another reason why this is not simply worse punk is because when we resolve doppel, we can easily make sidelock in the standby phase with Herald on board. I mean with Fleur and Herald, so yeah, Fleur revives sides and we play around a lot of cards that way. Yeah, that's it. Hope you learned something from this video. Like the video if you like the video, and yeah, let me know in the comments if you like this idea, this concept of not showing the opponent's hand and trying to put you in my shoes so you learn and understand better this deck. And see you in the next video. Goodbye.